Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, looks like we're fine. Today's video is actually not going to be an ASMR video. And, by the way, I know that I keep saying, I get busy with life, and all that stuff, but that's not a good excuse. I've really got to either get serious about ASMR or just not do it at all. And I understand frustration from some of you guys, because it's probably been like 2 months since I posted a video last time. Okay, with that said, I want to talk about what I wanted to talk about today, which has nothing to do with ASMR. As some of you may or may not know, I love the Scream film franchise. And I've been reading reports that, Scream 7 has actually, it's not been greenlit yet. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that some of the core 4 actors in the movie, specifically like Jenna Ortega and I think Jasmine Savoy Brown, they're doing other projects right now, so they're really not around to film Scream 7, and it could be another year or even longer before they're free, because I know that Jenna Ortega is doing what's that show called, Wednesday, based off Wednesday Addams, and she's super busy with that. And then she's doing Beetlejuice. I think she's gonna play Winona Ryder's daughter, I think is what I read, which I'm really excited about that movie too, because it'll have been like 35, 34 years since the last movie came out back in 1988. So I'm excited about that movie too. But there's 2 projects that's going to be taking up Jenna Ortega's time. And then Jasmine Savoy Brown, I believe she's on Yellow Jackets, which I've actually never seen that show, but I have heard it's a good show. So maybe I should check it out. I don't know. Is it on Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV? See, I don't even know. But okay, I've been reading that the reason that, like I said, Scream 7, they want to be sure they can film when everyone is available, which I totally understand, because I would like to see another Scream movie with all of the core 4 in it too. Chad Meeks, Mindy Meeks, Sam and Tara Carpenter, Kirby, and so on, so whatnot. But I've been thinking, and this is just an idea, and I would like to hear how you guys feel about it too afterwards. But I know they want to get everyone together for another Scream movie. That's why they hadn't greenlit this one yet. But who's to say they couldn't take a break from the core 4 and make a Scream 7 that has nothing to do with them, but has Ghostface targeting Gale Weathers. That's never been done before. Scream 1 through 4 was about Sydney. Scream 5 and 6 have been about the Carpenter sisters. And I love Sydney Prescott's character. Neve Campbell does a wonderful job as Sydney. And I love the Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega. I love the Carpenter sisters. So it's got nothing to do against not wanting to see any of them. But I just thought, we've never had a Scream movie that focused entirely on Gale. And it could actually be a really good movie, in my opinion, because, Gale has made a lot of money over the years, starting with the Woodsboro murders, and she sold the rights to that, and it became the Stab franchise. And then she made money off the Windsor College murders and the murders that happened in Scream 3 and Scream 4. And And what's funny is in Scream 5, at the end of the movie, she said she was not going to write a book anymore about what had happened. But we learn in Scream 6 that she had written a book about what happened in Scream 5. So, at the end of the day, Gale's always out for $1. But I was just thinking, she's written a lot of books over the years about other people's misery, I guess you could say, or people getting brutally killed, and she's made blood money off of that, I guess you could say. So, out of all the people that she's written books about who have been murdered, there has to be at least maybe a couple that maybe resent Gale. Maybe she, she got rich because our child got murdered, or something like that. And maybe that could be like a possible motive for this new Ghostface killer to be coming after Gale. And of course, I'm not a screenwriter or anything right now, but I thought, what if an idea for Scream 7 is that after the events of Scream 6, Gale is totally traumatized. That's the closest that she has ever came to death. I know she's been stabbed in Scream 4 and Scream 5, but Scream 6 is where when I saw it in the theaters, I thought that she actually was dead for a minute there, until that EMT said, "Oh, she's got a weak pulse," and then we're like, "Oh, well, she lived." But Scream 6 is the closest that Gale has ever came to actually dying. So I wonder how that's going to affect her going forward. And here's my little pitch for Scream 7 is, what if Scream 7 has Gale, maybe she's decided to take a break from the morning show because she's trying to kind of get her life back together or recuperate or whatnot after coming so close to dying. And also, I don't think she's ever properly grieved Dewey's death either. So I think all those things combined, she's going to be like, okay, I just got to get away from New York City for a while for my morning show. And so what if she's like in a vacation home somewhere, maybe like in the Hamptons or something, and she's kind of living a little bit of a sheltered life. She keeps the blinds closed. She has a bodyguard or two living with her. She's got a top-notch alarm system, and then maybe she's got a small group of friends that she feels like she can really trust, and then Ghostface pops up and starts killing people in the Hamptons or something, and at first Gale's like, I don't know, was this just a weird coincidence? And then she gets the inevitable Ghostface phone call, and kind of how Sydney did in Scream 2. At first she was like, was this just a coincidence? But then after she gets that phone call at the sorority house, Sydney knows, oh, it's happening again. Something similar like that with Gale. She gets a phone call, and the killer's like, hey, have you missed me? I'm back. Or something like that. The screenwriters could flesh it out. This is just a very broad pitch of how I think a Scream 7 could go forward. But yeah, I was just thinking that, and because that would be a great way to make, because as far as I know, Courtney Cox isn't committed to anything else right now, as far as I know. I could be wrong. As opposed to some of these younger actors and actresses who have got other busy projects right now that are not available. So they could definitely, probably within a year, or maybe a year and a couple of months, they could probably have a Scream 7 out if they went this route and had Gale being the target of Ghostface. Just Gale, and obviously her circle of friends get murdered or whatever, and people in the town of the Hamptons or whatever. But yeah, I just thought that would be such an interesting and novel idea. And also, there's not that many Scream queens who are in this age category as Gale Weathers, or Courtney Cox, you know. We've got Laurie Strode. She's in her early 60s. But I can't think, besides her, besides Jamie Lee Curtis, the actress who plays Laurie Strode, I can't think of that many women who are in that age group who are scream queens. So it would be neat to have Gale, who's in real life, Courtney Cox is almost 60, I think. So she's still, that's not old, but it's not young. So it would be interesting to have Ghostface coming after a woman in that age group, and targeting some of her friends, maybe at the country clubs or at the beach or in their nice, fancy Southampton houses. Just a neat idea, It was just something that popped in my head the other night, and I wanted to share with you guys. But, of course, I'm not in Hollywood, and I doubt anyone in Hollywood will ever see this video. And if they did see this video, they're not going to listen to me. But I just thought I would share that with some of you guys who are maybe, because I know that Scream is such a popular franchise with young people. And I thought that would be a really good idea. That way they don't have to wait another 2 or 2.5 years for the core 4 to get together. They could go ahead and film this movie because, like I said, I think Courtney Cox is probably really flexible in her schedule, so she might be around to do this movie. And also, it would be so neat, and we could take a break from the Carpenter sisters. Much love to the Carpenter sisters, but we've had 2 movies in a row about them. Why not give us a break and focus on Gale? Gale's been with us since 1996, since the first Scream, but Ghostface has never actually targeted just her. It's always either been Sydney or the Carpenter sisters. So having Ghostface coming after just Gale and her friends, that would be really neat to see. And like I said, out of all the people that she's probably got some people out there who are pissed off that she wrote novels about their loved ones' murders. Woodsboro, Windsor College, and then in Hollywood, then back in Woodsboro, then Scream 5 was back in Woodsboro, then the latest murders were in New York City. So there's a bunch of victims and a bunch of victims' families who probably have it out for Gale Weathers because she's gotten extremely rich off of their misery or off of their loved one's murder. But that would be a good motive for like one of the ghost faces, and then usually there's 2 ghost faces, so they could, I don't know, the other ghost face doing it for fame. I don't know, maybe they'll pull a Mickey from Scream 2 or something like that. I don't know, but like I said, this movie would never happen probably, but I just wanted to share with you guys my idea of how a Scream 7 could go forward without the core 4 right now. And of course, like when the core 4, whenever they're available, Scream 8 can be about them again, But I'm a fan of the franchise. I'd really like to see another Scream movie sooner than later, and I thought that would be a really creative way that they could do it. But anyway, let me know how you feel about it. Like and subscribe, please, and leave a comment. Tell me how you feel about it, and even if you have like a plot idea of how you think Scream 7 could go, write it down in the comments. Feel free to do what you want. And that's about all. But stay tuned, because I'm definitely going to start doing more stuff. And it's not all going to be, I am going to get back to ASMR, I promise. I know I've said that before, but I promise. But I'm also going to, some videos are not going to be ASMR, I've decided, because I have other stuff I'd like to talk about too. But anyways, yeah, that's it for right now. But yeah, just like and subscribe, and let me know how you feel, and comment and whatnot. Okay. I hope everyone has a good day. All right. Bye.